Well, here we are again after what seemed like days of running these wiring harness. First off, I finished up my fuel system. I got those run down to the frame. My fuel supply and return run down to the frame all the way back to the tank with a couple filters in it. And I got it plumbed up to the front here, to the front rail. Then I had the firewall. I spent a lot of time smoothing the firewall off, getting rid of all the holes, only to cut another hole for all my harnesses to pass through. Then I made a small bracket to go on there for grommets for all the different harnesses, for the EFI and transmission wiring and air conditioner and thermostat and all that. And then on the inside, it looks like a mess, but it's an organized mess. Finally got it all done. I got my fuse panel all mounted up there. This is the headlight harness to go through a hole back there, up underneath the fender well. Then I put a secondary fuse panel here for some accessories. These are all for the heater controls, which are going to go right here. Then I got headlight switch here, wiper switch up here, and the ignition switch wiring that's going to go over here. A lot of this will be tied back once I try to figure everything all out and complete it all. And you can see I got my AC unit in there. It's all wired in. And the relays for it are mounted up here on the back side of this. My EFI controller, I don't know if you can see it, but it's mounted up there. And my digital Dakota digital unit is mounted, oh boy, back in there. And then this here is for my e-stop. And I got my AC lines made up. I don't have them hooked up because I got to pull that connector that goes through the firewall. I got to take that back off so it to go to paint. Got my starter solenoid mounted over here. Right below it is the MIDI fuse. Still got to run my main battery cable. It'll run from there up underneath the dash, and then all these will be mounted up this way and drop down center of the console, because there's going to be a full-length console going all the way to the back. I got my wires for my electric windows here, the yellow ones. These wires here for the radio and the cigarette lighter and the clock. And I got the holes in the doors drilled for the electric window units for the wiring to go through. This harness here, like I said, will lay right across here. I got the main power for the EFI going out through a little port there. It goes underneath the rear seat and out the other side. Main harness for the rear comes out here. This is for the electric fuel pump from the EFI unit. That goes through here, underneath the seat, out over here, and out to the trunk. Because I moved the battery. Oh, man. I moved the battery back here. So the battery will sit up here. I got my fuel pump relay, and then I got a electric solenoid for the trunk release. That's that. I still got to wire that, but I'll do that after it's all painted. And then the taillight wirings run down through here and down through there. And that little wire runs over to the left side door pillar dome light. But I've been dealing with, then I ran a wire here down underneath to my fuel sender and my fuel pump. And then I put a weather pack connector on the fuel pump in case I ever have to pull it. So it's just been a lot of trying to figure out how everything goes and where it goes and all that. Sure do learn a lot about relays doing this. But like I said, it looks like a disaster. But once everything is hooked up, it'll all clean right up and go where it's supposed to go. So now I gotta pull the engine and transmission back out because it'll probably go into paint in the next week or two. Get the engine and transmission out and put the hood back on it. And I'll be so glad to have it out for paint finally. It'll probably be there for a couple months, I'm guessing. And then while it's at paint, I'll go ahead and take the vent windows all apart, clean them all up, and get the new weather stripping in it, get the new fuzzies put on the stainless that goes around the window. And yeah, it's hopefully by July I should be getting it back to start throwing this thing together. That'll be so nice. It's been a long time coming. If I have time after I get the engine and transmission out and the hood reinstalled and all that, I'm probably going to use some of this chipboard here to go ahead and make some panels for the door and all that. I don't want to use just flat panel. I'm going to try to make something up, see how well I could do it and how well I could screw it up. But anyway, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've used my Power Pro to shoot a little power to things just to make sure they're working, and they seem to be working right. But anywho, yeah, well, we'll just keep on keeping on. And but if anybody is planning on wiring a car, I definitely suggest the painless wiring harness because it's got everything in it. It comes with wires for power windows, power door locks, basically everything, even, speaker wire. Speaker wire run down through the dang thing. Set up for your trunk light, or, everything. So, and the price is not bad at all. So, now I gotta see what else I can, see what other kind of trouble I can get into. Anyway, just keep on keeping on.